Another PMP question. Your project uses an approach where the project deliverables develop incrementally throughout 2-week iterations. Which of the following can assist in evaluating the readiness of each deliverable? Acceptance criteria, definition of ready, iteration review, the final option, definition of done. You can pause and think about these 4 options and the question before I share my idea. Okay, so what I read in this question is, rather than saying that we are using agile approach, the question is giving you a description of an agile approach. So you are working in 2 weeks long iterations and you are expected to finish the work at the end of 2 weeks. And the question is primarily focusing on deliverables. So how do you know the deliverables are complete? Now, rather than using the word complete, the question is using the word readiness of the deliverable, but it can be interpreted as completeness of the deliverable. Now let's look at the option one by one. Acceptance criteria. So in order to make the deliverable complete during the iteration or at the end of an iteration, one is expected to meet the acceptance criteria. So this is a good option that yes, each deliverable should be meeting, or each product backlog item which is getting completed should be meeting the acceptance criteria for a given item. So that's a good option. Definition of ready. Now the definition of ready is less to deal with readiness of deliverable. It has more to do with readiness of a product backlog item in order to plan in a given iteration. So it's more like an input thing, not a completion or a finishing thing. So definition of ready is not the right option. Iteration review. Iteration review is a good option in a way that yes, we do look at the product deliverable at the end of an iteration, and the iteration review ensures that stakeholders are involved and they are looking at, is this deliverable good enough for us? So that's good. Definition of done. Now the definition of done in a way includes the A at least in a pretty much detail, and it can have some amount of other reviews as well if it is needed. So in my opinion, the option D, the definition of done, is the best option. So the idea here is we should incrementally, so it's not waiting for the end of an iteration. Throughout the iteration, you are finishing the product backlog items, or you can say the deliverable of an increment, or an incrementally developing the deliverable. And if the team is having an agreed definition of done and they ensure that they are meeting agreed definition of done for each product backlog item, that can help them in accessing that how complete we are. Yeah. So if we have not met definition of done, we are not ready for that particular product backlog item completeness criteria. And if we are done with the definition of done, we are done with the completeness of that particular item. So we should take definition of done in this particular question as an option. So just to point out, in order to avoid confusion, I'm just highlighting this particular option.